Good morning, Tiger Team. Uh, so there's been some questions that have come up, and I thought I'd try creating this video and addressing some of the questions. I sent an email yesterday with the information in terms of the cases in the Imperial County going down. As of yesterday, they were at 7.16, uh, but if we get to 7 out of 100,000, then from there we have to remain in that place for 2 weeks. This is for opening up, right? So, and it's anticipated that we may reach that metric next Tuesday. All right, nothing is in stone. So if we reach that metric by next Tuesday, then we have to remain there for 2 weeks. So the county has to remain at 7 or below out of 100,000 for 2 weeks. Now, once that happens, once we meet those 2 weeks, our district will submit a plan to the county office. County office has 5 days to respond or to approve it. After that, it goes to the state. State has a week to approve it. So if the metric is achieved next week on Tuesday, give or take, we're talking 2 weeks from there, and we're talking another approximately 2 weeks. So we're talking anywhere between 3 to 4 weeks. All right. So that would mean that 7 through 12 would be eligible to open up or reopen. Now, I want to put everybody's mind at ease. Reopening doesn't mean, hey, we're going to bring 1,400 kids back, every staff member, and we're going to be ready to get after it. That's not the case. So it would be more of a hybrid model where we would continue with distance learning in the morning from 8:30 to 12, and then in the afternoon we would bring kids back for an hour and 25 minutes because you still need an hour of planning, right? So you would go, hypothetically, we could go from 1 to 225, and then from 225 to 325 would be a planning period for you. Or we can go from 1 to 2 as planning, should we choose to do that, and then 2 to 325 would be instruction, or we're bringing back students. Now, the idea right now that we're going to discuss with the distance learning task group would be we bring back on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We bring back first period on Tuesday, second period on Wednesday, third period on Thursday. And we would just bring back the first period class on that Tuesday. And the following week, we would go fourth, fifth, and sixth. Mondays and Fridays would just be distance learning days and intervention via the afternoon, the asynchronous component. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, we would bring back just one period at a time. So the idea is to bring them back, start it slow as opposed to faster. Okay, and really, the other question is, what if we can't have 35 students in a classroom? So we're going to be sending out a survey today to parents to get another gauge to see how many parents would actually send their kids to school if given that opportunity. So once we get those numbers going, we'll have a better idea. At worst case scenario, we can split the student population into a group and a B group, and have the A group attend for 1 week and the B group attend the second week, or vice versa. However we want to do that. Safety is the number one priority, of course. We would all be masked up and practicing social distancing, but it'd be tough to practice social distancing with about 30 some odd students in the classroom. So we understand that. So that's what it would look like theoretically, just off the top of my head, coming back. That's just the planning. None of this is in stone. So today we'll meet with the distance learning. No, actually, we're meeting with the faculty senate today at 3:30, and then we'll discuss this a little bit more, and then we'll meet with the distance learning task group tomorrow at 3:30, I believe, as well, or 3 o'clock. That's tomorrow on Thursday. We have a staff meeting set next Wednesday, the first Wednesday of March. We will have Mr. T. Walt talking to us at the beginning of that meeting about updates with homeless children and foster kids. And after that, we can open it up for some more conversation. All of you are invited to today's Faculty Senate meeting, and you're all invited to the Distance Learning Task Group, and obviously you're always all invited to the staff meeting. I just know that there's a lot going on, a lot of questions, so instead of sending you a long email, I thought I would send you a video that you can play back for clarification, if you will. As far as vaccines are concerned, our district has started reaching out to priority folks, really folks who are coming into contact with kids, maybe some folks with pre-existing conditions. I'm thinking all of you filled out the survey to where if you want the vaccine, if it's available, you would get it. And if you don't want it, where you have an option. We're hoping as we continue to move forward, that protocol continues to be implemented. The idea is as we get more vaccine within our district office leadership will continue to reach out to team members who indicated they wanted the vaccine to give them the opportunity to get vaccinated. So if any of us have a pre-existing condition, let's say we do open up in a hybrid model and you suffer from a pre-existing condition that puts you at higher risk and you have not yet been vaccinated, then as I understand, if you are able to provide a doctor's note indicating that you are at high risk, you would need to submit that to Human Resources, and then we would arrange for a substitute during the afternoon component. Because I mean, if you're at high risk, of course, we and you haven't been vaccinated, then we want to make sure that we are making sure that we're staying safe and we're doing everything that we can. So that's on that. A couple of just one thing before I get off this call. At the last distance learning task group, I just want to provide some clarification with the 7-period day and just put an end to that. In conversation with the distance learning task group, I brought up the next year, 21-22, and some adjustments in order to help with decreasing numbers. One thing is we talked about the double lunch system. We've actually been discussing that a little bit before even the pandemic, the closures due to the pandemic. But right now, for next year, moving forward, 1,400 kids at lunchtime out and about is a safety concern, of course. So it is a very likely that we'll recommend to go to a 2-lunch system. Now we'll be looking at some drafts and having input with our task group, with our faculty senate, and also from everybody. We have those meetings as a process as discussion points and collaboration. I believe in communication and collaboration. By no means am I going to say this is how it's going to be done. We have a team of very intelligent professionals who want what's best for kids. And I welcome that input. I appreciate the input. I expect the input. With regards to the 7-period day, for the record, it was brought up as a discussion point. And I specifically told the task group, what would be some pros and what would be some cons to that model? At no time did we say, or did I say, this is what we're going to move to. Just a discussion point, ladies and gentlemen. I've been copying on some of the emails that went out last night. So I'll say that if we as a collective, as a team at Imperial High School don't think that that's the best interest of our students and the best way to move, then we collectively get on the same page and we move in that direction. Now, for all intents and purposes, that discussion is done. I would have rather have heard from more people and really get into the discussion. What are some possibilities? And if everyone's like, hey, Joe, you know what? That's just not. There's too many variables, and that's just not the best thing to do. Then that's fine. But if we as a collective unit think, we gotta find a way to make this happen, then we have to work in that direction. Obviously, for now, with regards to that, that's not something that we want to go. I would have liked to have heard from input, everybody's input. We have 62 teachers. We have classified personnel. I'd like to hear for everybody's position on it. What is everybody's opinion on it? That was prior to yesterday, of course. So now, for all intents and purposes, let's focus on reopening. Let's focus on moving forward and creating a safe environment. And let's focus on that. I won't bring up the 7-period option unless you do. So from my position, that's a done conversation, and we're focusing on reopening and what that's going to look like. So if you have any questions, ladies and gentlemen, give me a call, shoot me a text message. Again, I wanted to send this video instead of typing up an email. So you can always rewind it, and I'm going to put out a disclaimer. If I gave information that was incorrect or not quite on point, my apologies in advance. I will own it, and I will go ahead and make sure I send out a correction. So today, Faculty Senate at 3:30. Tomorrow, Distance Learning Task Group at 3 o'clock or 3:30, I can't remember. And next Wednesday, we'll meet as a staff for our monthly staff meeting. If you have any questions, concerns, wonderings, whatever it may be, my text phone is always on. Shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. I want to hear from you. I want to know what's going on. I miss everybody because we haven't seen a lot of each other in going on 1 year already. So keep doing the great work that you're doing. Keep getting after it. Always keep making it a masterpiece. Tiger Pride.